So today's little project is going to be getting the little room that we call the office ready. My goal today is to repair the plaster where it's cracked in a couple spots, smooth out that transition that was fixed when the windowsill was redone, and get it ready for paint. And I'll probably paint it tomorrow once the plaster's all nice and dry, and then we'll put a couple things in here. I just replaced or installed this ceramic light fixture, which now works, which is nice. So I'm just gonna get to work and start flaking off the loose plaster and then applying some fresh plaster to level everything out. So patch job has dried, and I did some sanding. I swept up, put some plastic down, and what I'm gonna do, instead of just regular paint, I'm gonna do like a Roman clay to kind of, these walls, this is the oldest part of the house. The walls have like a wave to them, like that room did. So I'm gonna try like a Roman clay application of a similar cream color, just to give the wall some texture and kind of hide, I guess, some of the imperfections and just give it a little character. So we'll see what it comes out like. And the way I'm doing the clay is I didn't actually buy a Roman clay product. I bought paint and I have the stucco, and I'm gonna mix it, 2 parts paint, 1 part stucco. and use that as the mixture. It's nice thick. It's thick, but it's not too thick where I think I'll still be able to roll it and then use the knife to kind of knock it down and add the textures. There we go.
This room originally had blue trim around the wooden windows, which it still has on the very small window on the other side of the room. But for this window, I decided to basically create a faux border, faux trim, using masking tape or painter's tape to create a border around this window.
So I'm done with the trim. I added the texture to the walls. Now I just gotta let it dry and kind of even out. See the trim I did on that little wooden window there and over the door, kind of accentuating this old hewn beam that was this blue color. That's, by the way, that's why I did the blue. I gotta clean that up in a little bit with like a scouring pad. But here we go. Painted. Walls are drying still. That's why the colors are kind of uneven if you look at it. From where I kind of bladed on the paint heavy to give it that textured look. Probably gonna do something about the fireplace. That painted red is gonna go. I'm not sure if we're gonna cover it with different like stone or paint it a different color. We'll figure that out. But there we go. So like I said, just some touch-ups, some cleanup, and we can start putting this room back together. Started putting the room back together temporarily, even though this is going to be an office. We're going to use it on this trip as a bedroom. So I'm setting up this bed. I'm going to hang a picture above the fireplace. And then for the fireplace, I got the little spark guard or ember guard there for now. I think I'm gonna go grab some of those old wine bottles that we found downstairs, clean them up, and put like one or two in the fireplace for now, just for little decorative, and get them out of the dirty, mildewy storage area. So here's one of the medium ones, kind of washed up. I'm gonna put this one in the fireplace, and then I have this really cool small one that I might put there too. Or we might convert this one into a lamp. So I'm gonna wash this one up right now. So here's the kind of finished product for now. Hung up these strips. The header's all nice and painted, that blue trim color. The walls look pretty good. You have curtains and a curtain rod. The bed is in here temporarily with the new bedding. That really doesn't go with the wall color, but we'll deal with that later. I have the painting above the mantle that I painted of the house, what it used to look like. There's ceramic candle holders and old photographs of my uncle and my father, and there are the bottles that I found downstairs. And again, the goal was to make this room livable in the short term and usable as a kind of like a temporary bedroom. As we really get ready to do more work and convert this to an office. And I am happy with how it turned out.